Hello, welcome back for another album collection video. In this one, we're going to take a look at my Jaws music soundtrack collection here. There's no actual classic rock or pop rock songs on this particular soundtrack. Maybe there was in the later Jaws movies, like maybe Jaws 3 or Jaws 3D or Revenge of Jaws. I'm not entirely sure. I did see some of those pop up when I went to look for this record. The CD got on Amazon, but anyways, this is the Jaws Collector's Edition soundtrack, music composed and conducted by John Williams, and it's for those who don't know, a Steven Spielberg film. I'm sure a lot of people watching this have seen the movie, and this image is on the original VHS and DVD and the Blu-ray copy of this movie. That image is also in the Digipack Blu-ray edition of this, which I don't own. It'd be cool to own. The background here is just black. Nothing really to see there. This does come with a booklet, and I'll show it. But this is actually imported from Germany. CD was made in Germany. It says here 24-bit digital mastering for the original soundtrack master tapes done in 2000. This is a Decca release, which I find interesting, but it sounds fantastic. Here it says the collection of this soundtrack, music composed and conducted by John Williams, the Jaws soundtrack, with 12 tracks containing previously unreleased music. So we have the main title and First Victim. That's in the movie. You have the Empty Raft, the Pier Incident. All these are great. I mean, I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I listened to, what I could. It's all orchestrated music. This is the original soundtrack. Supposedly the first release of this soundtrack is not the original, and I looked into getting that. That option was a little less expensive, but I was unsure since someone said it was not. So, but yeah, this sounds great. We'll go back to the CD image on the CD, which is looks like you have red here, and then the black, and around the black, you can see, I guess, shark teeth. Yeah, this sounds fantastic. There's the actual image of a shark. I think there is some real shark footage, footage of a real shark when the shark gets stuck in the cage in the movie, and that was shot by some other people, shark enthusiasts, or people trained in that field. Full track listing, and credits. Okay, so this is done at Bernie Groneman Mastering, Cedar Digital Noise Suppression, Digital Restoration, which I'll get more into that when I look at the record. The master tapes were restored for that release as well. I don't know if that just, hang on one second. I don't know if that just means they baked the tapes to get them back into a usable state. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know the history on the tapes, but I will brush up on that. Got a little cut. Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, now we have some images from the film. The dock scene. The Brodies at home. John Williams conducting. And there is footage of that as well. Or footage of him conducting the recording of the soundtrack for E.T. Extraterrestrial movie. I did see that on YouTube earlier today. And they did watch the film and create the music for it. A lot of times back in the day, I don't know how they do it now. Maybe they still do, just to get a feel for things, Behind the scenes photos of Steven Spielberg with the bullhorn and with the old clackety clack and the boat, the Orca, which ended up at Universal Studios for many years until a manager decided to destroy it. And Steven was not happy. But yeah, excellent soundtrack. I don't know what that number is. Oh, I think each page is numbered. Yeah, some of them are. Another image of the shark a shark upside down. And then Steven Spielberg inside the jaws of Bruce, the fake shark made for the movie. I believe they said there's 3 of them made for the movie. And I think one was reused for the Jaws 2, which that I do own on Blu-ray, as well as Jaws, of course. But I don't own that soundtrack. I mean, not that it's bad. This is a Mondo Tees release of the album. Could have gone all original on this, but these are special, the Mondo versions, and this was released in 2017 onto Blue Records. So I'll show it without the shrink, or the outside cover. And it comes with a small booklet. I think that's Bruce. I don't think that's real, or considered to be a real shark. We'll look at the full image. This is artwork by, does it say here on the back? No, it doesn't. But yeah, the tapes were restored again for this release, and this is a very cool image. We see this, well, not this particular image, but, the actual, an image like this, but it's in real life in the movie when they're taking off from the dock. So that's really neat. We'll look at the booklet. Talks about the history. The history of music for the cinema has produced a wealth of great works. Beyond anyone's ability to measure the music of Jaws, the theme is still working, the music of Jaws. So it goes into the process, what it took to, audio restoration, the recording of the soundtrack. Very cool booklet. I don't think these images are particularly, I think it's just, then there's more credits here. I think this is all analog, if I'm not mistaken. All analog cutting. If not, I'll bet it sounds good. And then the life ring from the Orca. And this has all the tracks that I believe all the tracks that the CD has. And one track is extended, from what I can see. I haven't listened to this yet. I haven't really had time, because I just received it the other day. Just been very busy with work, so I haven't had time to listen to vinyl lately. I mean, I'm not saying I won't have time. Sorry, I gotta get something off my fingers before I do this. We'll just open it up a little bit. Jaws. Sorry, just one moment. Okay, now I'll be able to do it. All right. Show you the record. Show you guys the record here. Very cool blue vinyl. Try to get the shadow out of here. Sorry about the shadow. And there's the B-side. There is a Blood in the Water edition, which has blood around the inner groove here and slightly into the playable side of the record, but it's still a playable part. Didn't get that because it was quite a bit more expensive than this. And of course, with these Mondo releases, customers do pay a premium for this, and especially when it goes onto the secondary market. And I did pay a little bit more than what it's was worth at retail. I that's fine. It wasn't crazy expensive, so yeah, we'll take one look at this image again. Very cool artwork. Mondo does this for all their releases. They get someone to paint or digitally draw images for these releases, which is really, really cool. But when I listen to this, I'll just edit the description of this video and let you guys know what I think about how it sounds. The mastering for this release was supervised by John Williams, so I imagine it's not going to sound bad. But yeah, fantastic movie. What an awesome soundtrack. This soundtrack really does just give you a good feel for what's going on in each scene, from scene to scene. I have seen footage of the movie without this soundtrack, and it's watchable, but you really, get a feel for, like, frantic moments and some of the action scenes in the movie. If those didn't have music to it, it'd be a tad not boring, but just not as engaging. But yeah, the Jaws soundtrack. Let me know what you own as far as Jaws soundtrack or movie soundtracks in the comment section down below. I do have other soundtracks. Will I get more? Yes. Yes, I will get them in the future. And here's the spine, if I can get that to show. Okay, it's just gonna... That's hard to do. I need to get a white background. But it is Mondo release 115. So that is the Jaws soundtrack collection, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Come back for more videos like this coming soon, and video game related stuff as well. Thank you for watching, commenting, and subscribing.